Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up.
Roberta.
Hey guys, welcome back to J is for Justice. It is Friday afternoon. And welcome back. I know we have crimes and crimes and crimes on top of crimes. And it's like, I also just have some new information on the Dylan Rounds case that is pretty mind-blowing. But that is scheduled for tomorrow. Because, I mean, one person can only do so much death and mysteries and missing people like in one day. So make sure you check out the notification bell for that live tomorrow. Today, oh shit, I've already got it up on the screen. I am so out of sorts. I've got the autopsy report and the final report, death or investigation or whatever, accident report for Kylie Rodni that we're going to read through. And I want to thank Sean who emailed those to me. Thank you, Sean. If you're here, if you're not here, thank you, Roberta.
That's correct.
And if you guys please hit that like button. It is a free way to support your favorite creators. So, gosh, you guys like jolted me out of a rabbit hole a minute ago. I didn't realize it was already 4:30. I was sitting in front of my computer waiting to go live. And I was looking up the Lost Trail Lodge, and I got in a rabbit hole, and I got jolted out of my rabbit hole at 4:30. So that's why I was a couple minutes late. I'm trying to be more punctual, because I know it's rude. It's rude to be late. Coke Zero for the win this afternoon. Whoop, whoop. All right. What do you guys think? All right. I don't really have much to report on Quentin Simon, so let's do that one first. Basically, what I really wanted to just talk about was that everyone's really, really, really anxious for her to be arrested, and I am too. I'm always anxious for justice. That's why my name is J is for Justice. Imagine that. But we have to keep in mind that there is a process, right? And we all jump the gun. We jump the gun and we want instantaneous answers. So we have some answers. We have the autopsy report we're going to read through. We have the accident report. And then I'm going to show you a little video on a YouTuber that I recently found, and I happen to agree with 150,000 million billionth percent. So I'm going to share a video from fellow YouTuber, and I will share that in just a little bit. But as far as Quentin goes, you know, like we need to chill, because I think that what is going on here is that the evidence they have is circumstantial. So we all know what happens in circumstantial cases. Cough, cough, Casey Anthony. No cause of death. She walked. She walked. So let's all take a deep breath. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, but we do have to at least know that they are looking for that baby. And we know that landfills are not sifted through quickly. That is something that takes a long time. And Heaven, I want to thank you because you actually watch my shorts. Let's do just a quick poll with ones and twos. Put a 1 in chat if you watch my shorts. Put a 2 in chat if you're like, what are you talking about? No, it's valid, Ultra Dark CEO, because I haven't found a YouTuber that I agree with more. I really haven't. I have felt so out of my element around all these plastics that make up fake news that I I think I busted through the cell and I got into this other cell of true crime creators. And I'm like, holy shit. There's a whole nother world out here with creators that aren't assholes. Because this little cell that I've been stuck in for the past 3.5 years, 4 years, has been like a tornado. I have not, Missouri, and I did not yet, Kathleen, but I will check my emails. You guys all watch my shorts. Okay, I guess we'll have to do another one. Put a 1 in chat if you like my shorts, or put a 2 in chat if you think they suck. And be honest. I can handle it. I've handled much worse. I just wasn't sure if, like, you know, like, I get a lot of, like, people that don't normally watch me that do watch the shorts, because you can see in your analytics. So I just didn't know how many, like, regular viewers, or, like, the people that follow the normal cases that I follow are actually watching the shorts.
Roberta.
Haley V. Thank you for becoming a Roberta.
Roberta.
3, eat my shorts. What movie is that from? The first person to put in chat what that line that movie is from will get a J is for Justice mug. A mug. Eat my shorts. That's going to be that's my new theme for my shorts feed.
If you say Ferris Bueller, you lose a testicle.
Nope, it's not The Simpsons. Eat my shorts. No. Yeah, Bart Simpson says, eat my shorts or whatever. But no. This is before. This is before Bart Simpson, yo. No. It's not Bart Simpson. Oh my God, you guys are going to freaking kill me here. John Carver, thank you for subscribing. It's not Bart. But he says, eat my shorts. It's not the same. I'm looking at a principal of a high school. Eat my shorts. Come on. I am so disappointed in you guys right now. It's a movie from the 80s. Yes! Who got it? Melissa B. Melissa B, email me and I will send you a fucking mug. Good Lord, Judd Nelson. You guys are all Bart Simpson. What? Y'all are crazy.
What?
Yes, it was Judd Nelson. And as soon as I said principal, you guys were like, ding, ding, ding.
John Wayne Bobbitt's penis.
Email me, Melissa B. Not that Melissa B. Oh, shit. Okay, you guys crack me up. Okay, so anyways, I think that you're going to see all of this come together in the Quentin thing. I don't think that anybody needs to worry or get all worked up or start this huge thing. These conspiracies. They've said she's the main suspect. She ain't getting away with shit. We just have to be patient. I know, Snow. Ultra Dark says rigged. I demand a redo. You don't get a redo. That movie is like a classic. Okay, and just for that, I'm going to have to play the clip before we move forward. Y'all know how I am around here. You get me live and you don't know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. Maybe that's why you come back. I come back for the shit show. All right. Okay. Before we get serious, let's get all this out of our system. Let's get it out of our system.
You're not fooling anybody, Bender. The next screw that falls out is going to be you.
Eat my shorts.
What was that?
Eat my shorts.
You just bought yourself another Saturday, mister.
Oh, I'm crushed.
You just bought one more right there.
Well, I'm free the Saturday after that. Beyond that, I'm gonna have to check my calendar.
Good! Because it's going to be filled. We'll keep going. You want another one? Say the word. Just say the word. Instead of going to prison, you'll come here. Are you through?
No.
I'm doing society a favor.
So?
That's another one right now. I've got you for the rest of your natural-born life if you don't watch your step. You want another one?
Yes.
Yes.
You got it. You got another one right there. That's another one, pal.
Cut it out.
You through?
Not even close,
bud.
Good. You got one more right there.
You really think I give a shit?
Another. You through?
How many is that?
That's 7, including the one when we first came in. You asked Mr. Vernon here whether Barry Manilow knew that
Are
he
you
raided
rated
his
as a
closet.
closet?
Now it's 8. You stay out of it.
Excuse me, sir, it's 7.
Shut up, Pee-wee. You're mine, Bender. For 2 months, I got you.
Eat
I
my
got you.
shorts. Okay, so just to prove that it was not Bart Simpson, y'all lose. Except for Melissa B. Melissa B is the winner. Congratulations, Melissa B. I know I wish we could just sit here and watch that whole movie together. Be so fun. All right, so let's get into the business here that we're all here for. And I don't think unless something new comes out in the Quentin case that there's much to go on, but before I got this autopsy thing and all of this, I was going to show you guys the Crocker murders and go kind of in a deep dive with that, which if you're not familiar with the Crocker murders, that is the great grandma of Quentin, her neighbor. Okay. So let's get all this straight. Great grandma, Billy Joe's mom, her neighbor, and I am just astounded at this case. These kids were kept in dog cages. The one little girl or teenage girl was 14, kept naked in a dog cage. She was fed food that was made specifically for her with things in it to make it taste bad. It's the most horrific thing, and that's the case where the great grandma was in the freaking news video saying, if you don't want them, don't get it. And then at the end, she says it's the Lord's work. Whatever. So anyways, I was going to go into depth about that, but now we have this autopsy and all of this stuff to read through. So I'm going to save that for a rainy day. That's a whole different case. It's not related to Quentin. It's just crazy that it's his grandma's neighbor. So that's what my plan was, if I'm being honest. But we can do that at another day. It's a horrific case. Probably one of the worst I've heard, I think. I think it's probably one of the worst I've heard. But we're going to talk about Kylie Rodni, and we're going to go through the Nevada County Sheriffs, Shannon Moon, not to be mistaken with Shanann Watts. It's Shannon, not Shan-Ann. So let's zoom in here a little bit. This is the coroner final report of investigation. And it says it's an accident with a case number. Let me make sure you guys can see this good before I start running my trap. Can you guys read it okay? Is it clear? Is that better? Oh, Summer's right in your face, too. Hey, Summer. Hi, sweetheart. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to my Summer Lou down in the bottom corner, guys. Now, Brian Dodd, let's not start this rumor shit, okay? No. It's not fake news. It's not a cover up. My curtain fell, so I'm super bright now. All right. So it says Deputy Mackey arrived, and it says that the coroner final report of investigation, it says on 8/21/22 at 20:33 hours, which is kind of weird, but if you go down, you'll see. Okay, so then the residence is the Coldstream Road, which is the Lost Trail Lodge. It says Kylie Mae Rodni, date of birth 9/1/05. She had just turned 16. Just turned 16. Female, white, 5'5", 103 pounds, blonde hair, hazel eyes. And then it says identification remains identified by or now identified. And it says Detective Strachan during the autopsy. And then relatives, it says Lindsay Neiman, mother. And then here is his place of death, Prosser Creek Reservoir, Truckee, Nevada, California, 96161. Remains, it says death reported by private dive company. Removed to coroner, yes. Type of medical exam, autopsy. Cause of death, drowning. Other significant conditions, none. Injury, injury information. It says accident. Manner of death, accident. So cause of death, drowning. Manner, accident. Place of death, Prosser Creek Reservoir. At work, no. Date of injury. Does that say 8 and then is it blank? 22? Prosser Creek Reservoir. And then it says describe how the injury occurred. Decedent drowned in a lake while inside her vehicle. Then we have Nevada County Sheriff's, the case number, Deputy Mackey, location Prosser Creek Reservoir, and then it has the GPS coordinates. If you want to be cool like Gray and plug those in, go right ahead. It'll take you exactly where the car was found. Date reported 8/6/2022. Time reported was 10:07 a.m. Search and rescue request reported to Placer County Sheriff's Office. They have the date of death as 8/21/22 at 20:33 hours. It's kind of late. Time death pronounced 20:33, which is that 7:33 on 8/21 by Deputy Jason Mackey. Now don't go stalking Mr. Mackey. Leave him alone. Place of death located in a 2013 Honda CR-V, California plate 8YUR127. The vehicle was near GPS coordinates again. Organ donor unknown. Contagious diseases unknown. Medical information unknown. Next of kin, Lindsay Rodni Neiman and Daniel Rodni were contacted at California Highway Patrol's Truckee office at 21:45 on 8/21/2022 and notified that there was a decedent located in the vehicle registered to Kylie Rodni. Positive ID was not able to be made at that time. Based on circumstantial evidence, the decedent was believed to be Kylie Rodni. They were advised of the pending pathologist report for confirmation of identity and a cause of death. Now, hold on. What the AWP found her on the 21st, correct? So why was it so late? Because wasn't the dad there? He must have went right to the police department then. He must have went right down to the police department and then that, right? And then they, got the car out, blah, 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 and were able to notify them. I don't really understand that. Hold on. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, 8:33. Sorry. That's right. He did. He left on the four-wheeler Patty ponytail. Okay, so investigation. I was called to respond to Prosser Creek Reservoir to a peninsula southwest of Prosser Family Campground. I was advised a female decedent was located in the cargo space of the vehicle Kylie Rodni was reported to have been driving. I responded to the location to handle the coroner's case. Scene. I arrived on scene approximately 1900 hours, and FBI agents, FBI crime scene techs, Placer County Sheriff's Office deputies, California Highway Patrol, Truckee Police Department, and detectives from the Nevada County Sheriff's Office were all near a tow truck. I spoke to Detective Sonier, who advised me that law enforcement divers had hooked the tow truck's winch to a vehicle under the water and were assisting with recovering the vehicle. I waited until the vehicle was removed from the water, and I was given permission to begin my investigation. Body position. There was a white female decedent located in the rear cargo compartment of the silver 2013 Honda CR-V. The right leg of the decedent was against the pillar of the back seat and resting near the headrest. Okay, wait a minute. The right leg of the decedent was against the pillar of the back seat and resting near the headrest. The right leg. So I'm trying to, Mike Sanner, I might need you to walk me through this. I'm wondering, yes, there's a tox report. So when it was flipped, you got to picture it upside down. I don't know what the pillar is of her seat. Do they mean like her leg was up on the back seat? I wonder. Let me read that again. The right leg of the decedent was against the pillar of the back seat and resting near the headrest. Because when the driver went down there, he's like, I see a pair of shoes. Remember, he was like, I see a pair of shoes. And then he went to the other side and he was like, yeah, there's a body in here or whatever. Oh, would this be... Oh, wait a minute. The car would be right side up. Oh, okay. I get it. So that's not really going to tell us much then, right? Like that position. You're right. No, Marie, it's upside down. So it would be completely right side up. So in other words, when they flipped it, I'm thinking she was partial, like her leg was over the seat. Like, they said she was in the way back. Seashells. All right. The right leg of the decedent was against the pillar of the back seat and resting near the headrest. The remainder of the decedent was behind the seats and not visible from outside the vehicle. FBI agents and technicians donned Tyvek suits and protective gear and entered into the vehicle. This is so sad. The body was removed under my supervision by FBI Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. By FBI agents and technicians, the body was placed into a large black vinyl body bag, visibly inspected, and the bag was sealed. No items were removed from the decedent's person, and the remains were later transported by Truckee Tahoe Mortuary directly to the Placer County morgue. Body condition. The body showed obvious signs of bloating, lividity, and decomposition. There was skin sloughing, and no positive identification could be made due to the decomposition present on the face. That's why Nick freaked out. Man. So he must have seen her face, and I bet you that's what freaked him out. Oh, that's so sad. They couldn't identify her by her face, guys. And to think people have been tormenting this family makes me want to hurl. Human race makes me want to hurl sometimes. Mortuary. Detective Sonier told me the decedent was going to be transported directly to the Placer County morgue and scheduled for examination on Tuesday. No mortuary photographs were taken by this investigator. I was advised by Detective Sonier that he believed the decedent was Kylie Mae Rodni based on his investigation. I did not obtain any additional statements related to this case while I was on scene. The remains were removed by Truckee Tahoe Mortuary. Funeral counselor Alyssa Babcock arrived on scene and transported the decedent's remains to Placer County Morgue facility at approximately 21:20 hours on 8/21/22. No items of property were removed from the decedent. Any items taken from the scene will be noted in supplemental reports by the investigators. I hate to tell you guys that you've been lied to by a lot of fucking YouTubers. And how come they're not all reporting this? Because they're already on to the next one. Okay, vehicle. I was told the silver 2013 Honda CRV was going to be towed by the FBI and taken to their facility in Sacramento for additional processing. I was advised the vehicle will then be returned to the Truckee, California Highway Patrol office for their vehicle accident investigation team to perform their investigation. This case is pending the forensic pathologist's findings for identification and cause of death. Forward to Chief Coroner Sergeant Klinkenbeard. End of report. Attachments for photographs of the scene and the decedent refer to Detective Sonier's supplemental report, which we don't have. Narrative. On August 23rd, 2022, at approximately 10:20 hours, I received a phone call from Captain Sam Brown. Captain Brown told me the decedent in the case 122-02506 had been positively identified as Kylie Rodni. After I spoke to Captain Brown, I called the decedent's parents, Daniel Rodni and Lindsay Rodni Neiman. I offered to meet with Daniel and Lindsay, and they both told me to update them on the phone. I told Daniel and Lindsay the decedent had been positively identified as Kylie Rodni. End. Information on the above date and time. This is Detective Josephine Strachan. On the above date and time, I attended the autopsy for Kylie Rodni at the Placer County Morgue in Roseville. At the completion of the autopsy, I collected the following items of jewelry removed from the decedent. Jewelry, miscellaneous, jewelry bracelets from right wrist, jewelry necklaces, jewelry rings. The items were transported to the sheriff's property unit and booked. This is Sergeant Jason Klinkenbeard, October 12th, 9:30 a.m. Supplemental investigation. This report was forwarded to the Coroner Division by Deputy Mackey with the Patrol Division. On August 23, 2022, Placer County forensic pathologist Dr. Gregory Reiber, MD, performed an autopsy on the remains of Kylie Mae Rodni. Positive identification of the decedent had been made by Detective Josephine Strachan during the autopsy. Detective Strachan was present during the autopsy and documented her observations and the method of ID in a supplemental report to the original missing persons report. It is NCSO case 1220-2364 and supplemental report number 14. I have recently reviewed the pathologist's final report of autopsy, which listed the cause of death in this case as, quote, drowning. There were no other significant contributing conditions listed. I confirmed with Detective Sonier, and he told me there was no indication of foul play regarding the criminal investigation into the death of Kylie. The manner of death in this case has been determined to be accidental. Case disposition. Closed. Accident. So then the attachments are the coroner cover report, or the coroner cover toxicology report, and the autopsy report, which we're going to get into now. Here is the tox. All right, hold on. I am actually going to make this a little bit bigger. This dog is cracking me up today. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Brief intermission. Okay, now I can stretch this out. Doesn't summer just make you want to go to sleep? Like this. So we can all see nice and large. So these samples were taken from her liver tissue. And the ethanol is 88. Nicotine positive, caffeine positive, contanine positive, and delta 9 carboxy THC positive. So let me see here. Ethanol. I'm not going to Google all this right now. Hold on. Let's just keep going. And then here it just says what was collected and what the liver tissue was put in. The specimens were received on 8/26/22. Pan, we're going to get to that. I am not happy about that either. It was a lot of unneeded bullshit. Okay. So here is the detailed findings. What is contanine, though? Let me look that up. What is contanine? Oh, it's a product formed after the chemical nicotine enters the body. Never knew that. Okay. So, yeah, we knew she smoked. We knew she smoked pot. But my question is, and I'm not trying to be a smart ass, even though it may sound like it, but why in the hell were these kids smoking Delta 9 when good weed is legal there? Oh, right, Cryptic. Thank you for making that point. This is not like blood test. Liver, it's going to be higher, correct? It's going to be a lot higher in the liver than it would be in blood. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that she was intoxicated. Mike. So Delta 9, and then ethanol's on here again, confirmed, positive confirmed. I just don't know why you'd smoke that Delta 9 shit. Or is that just showing up because it was in THC? Because Delta 9 is the inactive metabolite of THC. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next page. You guys have seen that. Okay. So here we have, and I have no idea what all this means, but I'm going to read through it. This is the 11-hydroxy Delta 9 THC, and then it has these 4.0 NG, and then Delta 9 carboxy, and then it says Delta 9 THC canceled due to sample matrix problem. Analysis. This is all of their limits, I believe, and what they checked for. They checked for benzos. She had no benzos. She had no cocaine. She had no meth. She had no any of that. She had no pills. And then this is explaining the gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, whatever, the GCMS and their limits. Now, this is the autopsy report. And I want you to go back. I want you to go back in YouTube land, rewind yourself back to some interviews that you saw and all this fake news. And that's why it pisses me off. And I'm so done. I'm so done with the lies from YouTubers and the bullshit put out there. So we were told in an interview or in a live stream, one of the many live streams on this case, that her bodysuit was found on the side of the road. And Sammy said that wasn't hers. And everybody went at Sammy to the point where she shut down her shit and left the state. Identification: a coroner's ID tag attached to the zipper pull of the body bag containing the decedent confirms the case number. That is what this has amounted to. An ID tag on a toe or on a zipper pull. Clothing: the upper body is covered by a spaghetti strap black French cut bodysuit. A pair of black briefs are on the lower body as well. The lower body is also covered by green twill pants, which would be the dicky pants, with a black belt through the belt loops, bearing multiple rivets. The belt appears buckled. A gray-green sneaker is on the right foot, along with a multicolored ankle-length sock. A matching sneaker accompanies the body within the body bag. A matching left sock is inside the loose left sneaker. Except for the shoe being off the left foot, the clothing appears in relatively normal in position. Personal property includes a white metal hoop through a piercing in the left ala-nazi. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm going with it. The right ear has 3 white metal hoops through the helix and a small crescent moon-shaped stud earring through the piercing in the earlobe. The left ear has a post through the helix, a small ball stud through the upper earlobe, and a crescent moon stud earring through the lower earlobe. 3 yellow metal chains are around the neck, one of which has a small colorless stone. One of which has a small, hold on, let me find out where I'm at. Has a small constellation-shaped pendant, and the third of which has a small disc-shaped pendant. An open discolored yellow metal ring is on the left middle finger, and a heavy darkened yellow metal ring is on the right middle finger. There are 5 bracelets on the right wrist, including a tan elastic band, a black fabric bracelet with a printed logo, a bracelet consisting of multiple black strings bearing a small disc-shaped pendant with an engraved letter either P or D. The 4th bracelet is a light-colored beaded bracelet, and the 5th is a blue-green elastic band engraved with the lettering Bianchi and Lifetime Sea Otter Classic. A discolored string anklet is around the right ankle. A piercing in the umbilicus bears a white metal curved post with a small ball on one end and a white and orange metal disc on the other end. The orange metal disc portion has a central yellow stone. Engraving around the stone on the orange metal part of the jewelry reads Winchester 38 Special. External examination. The unembalmed body is that of a slender white female in a state of moderate decomp. There is generalized sloughing of epidermis except for portions of plantar skin which readily separate from the bottoms of the feet and bear multiple toenails. A separately submitted segment of sloughed epidermis from one of the hands also bears a single thumbnail. There is a mild bloating of the body and generalized discoloration of the exposed dermis, ranging from pale gray-green to dark maroon. There is no remaining rigor mortis and no lividity pattern is discernible. A strong odor of decomp surrounds the remains. No postmortem insect activity is present. There is no apparent external head trauma. The scalp hair is almost completely sloughed due to decomp and consists of wavy blonde hair about 22 inches long. The facial features are distorted by decomp and postmortem positioning. The eyes are discolored from decomp, although there is definition between the corneas and the conjunctivae. The anterior chambers of the eyes are discolored from decomp. An original color of the irises and definition of the pupils is obscured. The conjunctivae vary from pale maroon to pale green. The soft tissues of the nose appear normally developed but distorted from decomposition. Both nares are patent. There is no palpable nasal fracture. Other midfacial bones are also intact. The ears are softened from decomp but appear symmetrical. A small amount of fluid is present at the right external auditory meatus, apparently from decomposition. There is no apparent discharge from the left ear. The teeth are natural and in good condition. There is discoloration of the crowns of the teeth, which have pale pink stain from decomposition. The oral mucous membranes show deterioration from decomposition with partial sloughing. This results in partial exposure of the anterior mandible and maxilla. These changes all appear consistent with postmortem decomposition rather than trauma. There are no obvious intraoral injuries. A small amount of purged fluid is collected from the mouth. The lips are softened from decomposition and show loss of surface epithelium, but are otherwise unremarkable. The neck has a slender, symmetrical exterior contour without evidence of injury. The cervical spine is easily mobilized due to decomposition, but is palpably stable. The larynx and trachea are palpably midline. The chest is symmetrical and the chest wall is palpably stable. The breasts are normally developed adolescent female without palpable masses. The abdomen is slightly distended due to postmortem tissue gas formation, but has a symmetrical external contour and shows no evidence of external injury. The external genitalia are normally developed as adolescent female with a closely trimmed pubic hair pattern. Speculum examination reveals no evidence of introital or vaginal trauma. There appears to be a cervical cap type device within the vaginal vault. See below. The perianal skin shows discoloration from decomp and is otherwise unremarkable. The upper and lower extremities are symmetrical and normally developed and show no apparent external trauma. An area of postmortem change on the left wrist at the radial side is about 4.5 centimeters by 1.5 centimeters, where there is splitting of the exposed dermis, which exposes underlying soft tissue. The margins of this area are smooth, and the area is consistent with dehiscence of a surgical scar. There is no discoloration suggestive of antemortem hemorrhage. Epidermis from both hands has been previously lost from decomposition along with the fingernails. The toenails have also separated with the macerated and sloughed plantar skin from both feet. The back is symmetrical and the spine is palpably stable at the midline. There is no visible trauma on the back. A small stippled tattoo of the number 17 is on the lateral right hip. There is a vaguely defined longitudinal linear surgical scar on the ventricle left wrist. Postmortem radiographic scan demonstrates an orthopedic plate and multiple screws in the distal left radius. External evidence of injury. There is no apparent blunt or penetrating injuries seen externally. Postmortem radiographic scan of the whole body also demonstrates no evidence of acute skeletal trauma. Internal evidence of injury. Opening incision and body cavities. The standard Y-shaped incision reveals a subcutaneous fat thickness of 1.3 centimeters at mid-abdomen. No excess fluid or blood is found in the body cavities. The internal organs are normally arranged. Neck organs. The anterior soft tissues of the neck show discoloration from decomposition and marked softening. There are no apparent strap muscle hemorrhages. The hyoid bone and laryngeal cartilages show no fractures. The cervical spine is grossly intact. Cardiovascular system. The heart weighs about 90 grams and appears normally formed. The epicardial surface is smooth with a normal fat distribution. The myocardium is softened, moderately decomposed, and light red brown. There are no obvious myocardial lesions. The ventricle walls appear relatively normal in thickness, and the cardiac chamber is normal in size, considering the state of preservation. The endocardial surfaces and valves show light staining from decomp and are otherwise unremarkable. The coronary ostia are patent. The coronary arteries appear patent and normal in distribution. Dominance is uncertain. The aorta is patent, follows a normal course, and shows light orange discoloration from decomp. The respiratory system. The right lung weighs 100 grams. The left lung weighs 110 grams. The pleural surfaces are smooth, and the lungs are light maroon to gray tan. No anthracotic markings are seen. The lung parenchyma is moderately decomposed, soft and maroon in color. There are no apparent focal lesions. Prominent tissue gas formation distorts the architecture of both lungs. The larynx, trachea, and bronchi are patent and normally formed. Airway surfaces are smooth, light gray tan. There is no apparent airway obstruction. The pulmonary arteries appear normally developed and patent throughout. Gastrointestinal system, the esophagus and stomach are patent, continuous, and normally developed. The mucosal surfaces are softened, pale purple tan to yellow tan with a decomposed appearance. No focal lesions are present. The stomach contains a trace amount of particulate food material consistent with small fragments of peas or beans. The duodenum, small intestine, appendix, and colon show discoloration, softening, and focal gas bloating from decomp and otherwise unremarkable. The pancreas is small but appears normal in location. It is moderately decomposed, soft, and yellow tan. A lobular pattern is maintained and there are no apparent lesions. The liver weighs 400 grams and appears normal in shape, though diminished in size from decomposition. The capsule is intact and smooth. The parenchyma is softened, dark gray-brown with decomposed appearance blurring the expected lobular architecture. No focal lesions are apparent. The gallbladder is normally formed, no measurable bile. Gallbladder mucosa is unremarkable, and the bile ducts appear patent. The right kidney weighs 50 grams, the left 70. The capsules strip with ease, and the chordal surfaces are smooth, softened, red-brown. Sectioning reveals blurring of the parenchymal architecture from decomposition and some preservation of the expected pattern. No focal lesions are identified. The pelvis and ureters appear normal. The urinary bladder is normally developed and empty. It shows maroon discoloration from decomp. The internal genitalia are softened and maroon colored from decomposition, but otherwise appear unremarkable. A quote, diva cup is found in the upper vaginal vault containing a small amount of menstrual fluid. A T-shaped plastic intrauterine device is also found within the endometrial cavity. Y'all, she had she had a birth control implant. She just turned 16. The spleen weighs 40 grams and appears normally formed. The capsule is thin and slightly wrinkled. No distinction between red and white pulp can be seen due to decomposition. The thymus is partially decomposed and otherwise remarkable. The thyroid is severely decomposed and difficult to identify. The adrenals are markedly softened from decomp and much of the architecture is lost. The pituitary is severely softened from decomp. No acute skeletal injury is found on gross and radiographic examination. Dissection of the left wrist confirms the presence of orthopedic hardware attached to the ventral surface of the distal radius, consisting of stainless steel 2-column volar plate held in place by multiple screws. Reflection of the scalp reveals light maroon staining of the deep scalp tissues, predominantly on the right side, consistent with lividity under the effects of decomposition. The skull is intact and normal in thickness. The dura is smooth and intact. There is no evidence of epidural or subdural hemorrhages. Removal of the dura reveals no skull fractures. The brain weighs 1,000 grams. There is severe decomp of the brain with generalized softening and blurring of the external pattern of gyri and sulci. Sectioning reveals loss of definition of the internal parenchymal landmarks from decomp. There is no evidence of intraparenchymal hemorrhage. That's a mouthful. Materials used for toxicology was liver. Materials for histology. Sections of the major organs are saved as stock tissue. Postmortem photographs were taken by Dr. Reiber and Detective Walker. Postmortem x-rays, AP Lodex scan. Evidence used, head hair, pubic brushings, oral and rectal swabs and smears, cervical, vaginal, and introital swabs and smears, and DNA card. Autopsy assistants were Destiny Moffat, Brittany Brand, and Chrissy Myers. And then we have the witnesses here that were there. And then the autopsy findings. Decedent found in submerged vehicle, which was recovered from inverted position in lake. Postmortem changes consistent with prolonged water submersion. Moderate postmortem decomposition. No external or internal evidence of significant injury. Postmortem toxicology on liver tissue positive for ethanol, possibly all or part from decomp. Nicotine and cotinine, caffeine, and delta-9 carboxy THC. Radiographic scan showing orthopedic hardware. From open repair at distal left radius. Cause of death, drowning. And then it's signed on 10/3/22. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's just a repeat from up here. So that's it. That's the whole thing, you guys. We just read through it. And I'm wondering also, why was there no mention of water in the lungs? Unless it's worded and I did not catch it. Let me come back on camera here. Okay, welcome back. I want to go back and see what you guys are saying. Okay, snow. Thank you. The birth control thing, I was a little shocked at that too. I was like, whoa, Nelly, slow down. But maybe they're like anti-medicine. I was thinking that. If maybe they're anti-medicine. And they did, like, her mom didn't want her on like hormones. That's what I was going to say, Ken. I did not see any mention of water in the lungs. Well, let's look it up, Casey. Let's see how much normal lungs weigh. Because I have no idea either. So let's open up another window here and let's do a little Friday night investigations. Have you guys been watching this Daryl Brooks? I've got it on in my living room. That dude is crazy. Oh, and I just wanted to let you guys know too, the lodge is still up for sale. That's what you see there. Okay, so let's go to Google, our trusty friend Google Fingers. How much do lungs weigh in grams? It was grams, right? In a normal adult, the lungs weigh approximately 1,000 grams. So where were we? Here, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Yeah, so... Yeah, 1.7. You never seen that, Mike Sanner? I'll show you the Zillow. I didn't say milligrams. Did I? Okay, so what did hers say? Let's see. I don't even remember where it was now. Where in the hell is the lungs? It was down towards the bottom, wasn't it? Oh, the right lung weighs 100 and the left weighs 110. And it says there is no apparent airway obstruction. Wait, let's read the lung thing again. Respiratory system. The right lung weighs 100 grams. The left lung weighs 110 grams. The pleural surfaces are smooth and the lungs are light maroon to gray tan. No markings. There are no apparent focal lesion. Okay, no lesions. Prominent tissue gas formation distorts the parenchymal architecture of both lungs. Weird. So it's supposed to weigh 1,000 and only weighed 100? I'm going to put after death. Normal aerated lung weight was measured in autopsy and compared with postmortem CT. The lung weight. Oh my God. Why do they got to be so complicated? Like, just give me the numbers. Doesn't that seem like it's not really? Oh, because it's decomp. So maybe they can't see water because she was decomposing? Like her whole body was floating in water for so long. Normal organ weights in men. I can't find it. They say the fat goes to your lungs. Why is it so hard to find just straight answers? Okay, well, let's just take for shits and giggles a man's lung. Let's see. Right lung, 445 gram range, and the left lung, 395. And then the range is 186 to 885. So the cause of death was drowning. Manner of death, accident. Well, they don't see any other signs of any other reason she died. I mean, you guys, there was no, obviously she wasn't beat up. There's no external injuries at all. She's got no internal injuries. She's fully clothed in her bodysuit. Right. I mean, toxicology, all she did was smoke weed, have some caffeine, and a little nicotine. They're saying that probably most of the alcohol that was from decomp. Now, Nancy Hammond, what reason do you have to not trust this autopsy? Come on. What reason do you have not to trust this autopsy? Exactly, Potato. I mean, this is a detailed autopsy report. This is, I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up my new friend that he doesn't know he's my new friend, but he's my new friend because I have never agreed with a YouTuber more. So this is going to be our next thing here. Get back to YouTube. So I know that you guys are really skeptical, and there was like a lot of weird things. Death subscribed 11 minutes ago. Shit! That's not a good sign. I mean, I get it. There was a lot of weird things, but I think what made this case the most weird was seriously like Adventures with Purposes videos. And then everything that followed that is what made it weird. And that's why I stopped reporting on it. Mike. I don't know about what Sammy said about her being drunk. But the question is, if she was, what made her accidentally drown? I just really, 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 really wish that they would give us an accident, like reconstruction of what they think happened. Oh, for God's sakes. Quentin's grandma has released a new TikTok video.
I no longer pray God give.
Oh, shit. Hold on. All right. We're going to get off this autopsy. And I'm done with the Kylie Rodni case. So that is it officially for now, unless something major were to happen. But I do want to talk about, the AWP thing and their video and their tow truck matter guy and all this other stuff. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? And where's the rest of their videos that they're going to put out? Why did they do that? I don't understand. Panel after panel after panel after panel. Why? Right. What would all these people gain to cover it up? A $60,000 GoFundMe? What? I'm failing to understand the conspiracy here. They gave their opinion. They showed a tow truck guy saying that he wasn't sure if it was Kylie, but it was someone else. But they say, oh, we can't put anything out, and then they put things out. Why? Why? We will watch her TikTok in a second. I'm going to stay on topic. Get Kylie Rodni out of the way. Getting this whole thing out of the way.
What's up? It's Cinema Shogun here, and the news is rolling in that...
Okay, so this is Cinema Shogun. Hold up. Just found this guy, but I'm going out on a limb here and saying that I've never agreed with someone on YouTube more. And he put this video out. Let's see. Cinema Shogun. Yesterday, folks. And this dude speaks some truth. I was like, holy shit. There are people that cover true crime that are not major assholes. So let's get into it.
This would be the case.
Hold on. Let's start at the beginning.
Information comes as a complete shock to you, then chances are you have been misled and you are getting your information from the wrong places. Because it looked like this would be the case. The most logical explanation ever since her car was found underwater. I have never seen anything like the Kylie Rodni case before. The amount of toxicity, the amount of misinformation, how people were just bold enough to just get online on YouTube and just live stream for hours, telling nothing but complete lies. While sharing fake pictures and fake information.
Fake pictures, I told
y'all.
Fake
evidence. Just to get more clicks, views, and attention.
Yep.
I'll admit, the Kylie Rodni case looked highly suspect at first, right?
That's correct.
There was always a 50-50 chance, at least in my mind, that, hey, it was either an accident and she ran her car off the road somewhere, or something happened.
Same.
I think we can all admit there were some weird things there. But in the grand scheme of things, the reality is people were grasping at straws. I sat down and watched an 8-hour live stream of a panel of people analyzing what they thought was a seatbelt hanging out the back of Kylie Rodni's car. And in their mind, that must have meant that she was tied up and bound by a seatbelt in the back of her car and her car thrown into the water. When the more logical explanation was that the thing hanging out the back of Kylie Rodni's car
was that strap.
Was a pull assistant. Mm-hmm. That is often put on CRVs, on any cars. Older folks use them all the time. A pull assistant to help you pull down the trunk. We know that Kylie Rodni's grandfather was the one taking care of that car. I wouldn't be surprised if the seatbelt that must have tied Kylie Rodni up was just a pull assistant the whole time. But even if it wasn't, that was just a small, minuscule piece of information that people ran wild with. There was just thousands and thousands of hours of live streams about this case, when in reality, you could sum up everything you need to know about the Kylie Rodni case in 5 minutes. A girl went to a party. She was last seen at that party that night, and now she's missing. There are friends there that saw her at a certain time. Police looked for her. They couldn't find her, and then AWP found her. That's basically the Kylie Rodni case in a nutshell right there.
It is.
I didn't have to sit here for 12 hours a day spouting nonsense to get to that point. Now, I have received a lot of pushback about my reaction to the Kylie Rodni case, and I just dropped covering it altogether because it was getting out of hand. Blaming innocent people, blaming YouTubers. I mean, seriously, they came up with this conspiracy theory that the entire American government, along with a whole slew of YouTubers,
it's so
we're
true,
all in on this together to split a $60,000 GoFundMe. That's what these people came up with. The CIA, the FBI, the President of the United States, and several YouTubers all concocted a plan to scam people for $60,000. And after every person that they labeled a suspect and they said was in on it, if you really calculated that money, everyone would have gotten about 53 cents. People's lives were put at risk. People's addresses were leaked online. And I'm not talking about Kylie's friends. I'm talking about random people who just called into live streams. Random YouTubers such as myself were attacked day in and day out because we didn't feed into the bogus nonsense. If you watch my channel, you know I am all about conspiracies. We literally uncovered and exposed a Hollywood celebrity named Ezra Miller who had a freaking cult of little kids who he was touching on and doing weird things with. We exposed stuff like that on my channel. I'm not closed-minded. I know there's weird stuff going on and cover-ups going on.
Right.
This Kylie Rodni case was no cover-up. There was no big, grand scheme behind this. And it's heartbreaking that a lot of people were misled by this totally nonsensical information that was obviously fake. And we laid it out for you 1,000 times that it was fake. And now everyone wants to see the rest of the AWP footage. Listen, AWP found Kylie. And I think we're all grateful for that. There's a chance that Kylie would not be found as of yet if it wasn't for AWP.
Agree.
But the reality is that tow truck driver never saw Kylie. I called that out from the get-go. It was bogus. If you really watched it, you can tell. And then the fact that AWP was everywhere saying they can't release certain information because it's an open investigation, right? We can't answer questions because it's an open investigation. Yet y'all can show this tow truck driver saying stuff about an open investigation, talking about seeing Kylie, information that we hadn't gotten yet. Mm-hmm. The fact that that information was included in that video proves that it was fake in the first place. Because
I agree.
In the same video and in later interviews, they claimed that they couldn't talk about anything because of the open investigation. So why would they have even included that clip? It was bogus. It was added in for dramatic effect. That's the reality. Once again, I am grateful AWP found Kylie. But at the end of the day, they had an opportunity to silence a lot of the drama and a lot of the speculation, and instead they added to it.
I agree.
We had a freaking country rapping weirdo accusing everyone of all type of nonsense, including AWP, literally said AWP was in on the scam. And then what does AWP do? They act like they're afraid to call him out and say that they want him to record their theme song.
Yikes.
This guy was saying that Kylie Rodni was fake and didn't even exist. And AWP said they didn't see a problem with that.
True facts.
This isn't an attack on AWP. This is just being honest. And I know honesty hurts a lot of people's feelings and it rubs people the wrong way. But it is what it is. Facts before feelings. And the facts are all there. And the facts are that y'all have been lied to. Not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all and just a lot of people in general who watch true crime content.
Robert Ryan, shut up.
Time and time and time again. And it was so crazy to me seeing how quickly these people dropped the Kylie Rodni speculation and then immediately hopped over to Quentin Simon. And they're now spreading lies about another missing child who has not been found yet at the time of this recording. Just like that. And the majority of these same people who were out here spreading this nonsense aren't even going to update you all on the fact that her death has been ruled an accident. You probably won't even hear from them again about this little girl. Because for them, it was never about this little girl.
Nope.
It was about what attention they could get using this little girl's name.
Yep.
There's a lot of people out here who, like I've said before, they don't have a personality. They don't have enough common sense to do their own research.
Truth.
They have nothing to offer, so they create fake drama, they create fake nonsense, and they thrive off of that.
What have I told you guys?
Now, I know there's still going to be a lot of people out there that don't necessarily believe this was an accident. And everyone's free to have their own opinion as long as you're not being harmful to other people. But if you ask me, everything points towards the fact that this was an accident. And all of the theories that have been spread online over the past few weeks are totally batshit crazy, bogus nonsense.
I agree.
I mean, if someone had a legit theory that sounded real, but no. Nothing but total nonsense. So hopefully, people can move on now. But the reality is, people will continue spreading lies about this case.
Truth is in
And
the
these
pudding,
people
if you
who
will.
were spreading lies about this case, they'll move on. They're already moving on to the next case to spread lies about.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
And that is exactly where I got the community post thing yesterday, was from someone who's supposedly boots on the ground there. You wouldn't think they're going to post false shit. Oh, he's been found and they're on their way to arrest her. Yeah, I'm talking about Dolly. He posted that. Why? Why are they doing this kind of stuff? To get people to follow them? It's lies. And it's about a little baby. I mean, as if it wasn't bad enough about a 16-year-old and, oh, calm down, dude. He doesn't have to calm down. It's annoying. I live it. I see it every day. Why would you say a baby was found when he wasn't? Gross.
This family can get some peace. And I hope the people who have been harassed nonstop since this case started can get some peace as well, because I'm sure they're being harassed right now. There are people on Twitter as we speak saying that Kylie Rodni's mom deserves to rot in hell.
You hear this shit?
Because
this is Twitter. This is your lovely Twitter, the freaking most toxic environment that I've ever seen next to YouTube, with people being horrible. But he posted on Facebook. It was sent to me. He posted on Facebook last night, and that's why I made that community post. I was going to delete it, but I didn't want it to seem like it was sus putting something like that out there. So I left it as kind of like, okay, let's see where this goes. And they're still looking for him. Exactly, Ken Dalton. No one wants to slow down. They don't want to slow down. And I want people to watch my channel that are interested in factual stuff. And yes, there is, like he said, weird shit that goes on. Definitely. But there's certain cases that are just not that. And as a YouTube creator, I feel his passion and why he's speaking up. Heather, there's no red flags. What are the red flags? Why do you think AWP has a job? Because people drive into the water all the time, intoxicated or not. That's why they have a job, is because people drive into the water. But for them to put this tow truck driver out there and do that way, I'm sorry. I don't think that that's right. And when I don't think something's right, I'm going to say I don't think it's right. Hell, people come tell me when they don't think I do something right. And I don't know how you can sit here and say, I support them 100%, but they shouldn't have said anything. That says a lot about their character to me. And why they even said anything at all and didn't handle this like their normal cases. And then you've got that Ryan Upchurch saying she's not real. And they're like, oh, well, he's just trying to get to the truth. He said on Popcorn Planet. What? There is no presser, Scott. It's maddening. It makes me so angry because people just blindly trust. They blindly trust what they see and think people are legit just because they portray themselves as legit. I'm just not going to kiss their ass because I think what they did is fucked up. And I think that maybe they need to stick to cold cases where there's no investigation going on, because that was really a fucked up move. It really was a fucked up move. All right, on to Quentin. This is his mother's latest TikTok. Or his grandmother's, rather. People do, though, all the time on YouTube. They blindly trust. Don't trust me. Fact check me. I don't give a shit. But people are like, oh, I've watched them for decades, and oh my God, they're the cat's ass. Like, they can make mistakes. They're not God. They're not infallible. What are you talking about? No fentanyl test. Yes, they found her. And like, she probably would still be in that water if they didn't find her. But why did they go the extra channel? I don't know who called them. They haven't told us. They gave us a members only video. And then a lot of people became members because we thought there was going to be more. Because they told us, depending on what way this case goes, we're going to be releasing. We have other videos already made. Why do that? Why say that? And then I asked them to come on the show. I got a form letter. And then I see they were on like another channel. What's up with that? Vince! Somebody make it make sense. Tell me why you blindly believe that all these people are honest when you don't even know them. You don't even know them. But they made us all doubt everything. Wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Crafting crime and coffee. Are you not a little salty because Dolly told you to stop using his stream last night? Do you remember that girl you bashed and made videos about Shanann? What? I didn't stream anything of Dolly Madison's. Are you on crack cocaine? What is in the water today? To have a problem with that person who bashed Shanann. What are you talking about? What person? They did. They caused a fucking frenzy that didn't need to happen. I disagree, Cheryl T. It was deliberate. No, she's not a troll. She comes in here all the time. Oh, they said it was a seatbelt sticking out the back. They said it was her hair. They said it was this, that, the other. There was other people in the car. I mean, we're lucky we got what we have because she's a minor. What are you talking about? Or a belt? Please, please, please talk about belt. And what does it look like in Hatch? What? No, she's not a troll, but she's coming in here saying, are you salty because Dolly told you to stop streaming? I haven't even watched fucking Dolly, let alone stream his ass. This is hilarious. It's not a belt. It's a freaking like handle to pull your hatch down. So like if you can't pull it down, it's a strap that you pull the hatch down to close it. That's all it is. That's all it is. You think accidental, but there were more kids in the car? Where's your proof? Damn. No, it doesn't run across the back. It's a loop. Right. I mean, look at how someone just came into me into my live and says, "Are you salty because you were streaming Dolly?" No. Fake news. I guess that was a really good example. All right. So let's move on. Rest in peace, Kylie, Lindsay, and the Neiman clan and the Rodni clan. I hope that you guys can find solace and find a new normal without Kylie in your life. Okay, now on to Quentin. Quentin's grandma, Billy Joe. We got Billy Joe here looking rough. Rough. I think I'm going to have to mute it, though. She's just sitting there with music.
Tomorrow, so he's the only.
Oh, I guess I have to play it because it must go with whatever the hell she's doing right now. The audacity to even put your face out there, lady. This lady should be ashamed of herself. Truth Seeker. AWP told Tyler that there were many other clues besides tow truck driver that led them to believe there's much reason for suspicion. Yeah, her death is suspicious. Her death is suspicious. We have other videos. Have you seen the community post? Let's go look at it. And I don't care if you guys hold a torch for these guys. When shit's not looking right, I'm going to say shit ain't looking right. Our thoughts and prayers are with Kylie and her family. We trust that a thorough investigation has been completed and will stand by the decisions released in their findings. Now, why is this a total about face from every interview that I watched? A total about face. I think they have some splaining to do. Best Buy and their chance encounter that this dude saw their big billboard of their semi-truck going down I-80 and said, "Oh my God, I've got to find these guys. I got to talk to them because I saw Kylie's car." And the guy was positively identified. So, oh my God, let's go chase them down on the freeway. Right? Tell them, Summer. It's bullshit. So you guys, I never believed from the beginning, and I'm going to say this. I never believed for a second that some dude saw what they called their big billboard going down the road, their semi, and followed them to the Best Buy in Reno where they just happened to go get supplies. Total chance encounter. And hey, dude, can we video you, by the way? And by the way, you kind of sort of resemble our cameraman, but hey, that's just me. Yeah, but okay, so you're saying maybe they were lied to by tow truck guy? They should have never put it out there. They said, "This is an ongoing investigation. We can't answer any questions." Yep. It's very disappointing, isn't it, Pan? Pan. Well, it's not even about spinning something. It's one thing to kind of make things embellished a little bit and sound like something, a little more than it was. It's a whole nother thing to bring a whole new individual into the mix, saying that he saw them the next fucking day. But he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure if it was that day or this day or that day. And they met his wife and she was legit and she's a nurse and blah, 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 blah. And said he was credible and verified by the police. I think that as fans of them, you guys deserve an answer as to why they said that. If they're not in the investigation business, they've put themselves there. They put themselves there with releasing a video of a supposed witness. Yep. It turned into a big payday, Savannah. A big payday. And let's just call it like it is, right? I can't even see the members only because I canceled my membership after watching their video. But how many views? Oh, look at this one. 2.9 million views. Yep, 2.9 million because it's not members only anymore. 2.9 million just on that one video. How many members watched that early? Yikes. That's a big payday. Big payday. Firefly, me too. Me too. Yeah, I think this is beyond getting caught up in craziness. This is releasing a video of a potential witness in a case that they said was an ongoing criminal investigation. So that's more to me than embellishment. And I truly think, oh, it's more than a few grand, dude. It's more than a few grand. If a YouTuber gets 1 million views on a video, I would have to say they're making in the tens of thousands per month. I don't want to, Momo. I wanted to. I wanted to ask them about this shit. Yeah, lots of members. It was members only. Yeah. And then they said they were going to have more. So we all were left waiting. We were all waiting in the wings to see what was next, to see what they were holding back. They made it sound like if the cops aren't doing their job, AWP is going to hold them to it. I mean, I just showed you their community posts, yo. I just showed you where they stand. They're not going to say shit. And they're not going to explain nothing to you. Our thoughts and prayers are with Kylie and her family. We trust that a thorough investigation has been completed and will stand by the decisions released and their findings. And then they linked TMZ. And then this other one, you guys might want to look into this one. This Donnie Meiser. This Donnie Meiser, that was a little weird too. I was looking into that. I was like, oh my God, I was so happy. I was like, oh, I'm like, yay, they found this another person. And I went and I looked, and the news in that area said that the family had no idea they were looking. That the family was completely shocked when they heard that Danny's truck was found, or Donnie. Get this. Donnie wasn't even in it. His body wasn't in the truck they found. What? Make it make sense. But they did say on the news that the family found out that they found this Donnie Meisner's truck, but they had no idea that there was anybody independently even looking. So I was under the impression that they either are called in by families or they contact families or something like that. And sorry, it makes me mad because I have to contend with people saying, oh, well, why are you saying this about them? Why are you saying that about them? It's like, why can I not have a fucking opinion about what these people do? They're people just like me. And not only that, guys, they let that tow trucker describe Kylie's ex-boyfriend Jagger to a T. And then like went on panels and like hinted around like, Oh, yeah, there's a lot of those hats sold, but we all know who we saw in that hat. I have no idea, Pan. No, they were searching for him, for this Donnie. If y'all follow him, you should know this. Okay, I will show you again. It's right here. Donnie Meiser, missing 15 years. Winooski River in Vermont, missing since October 15th, 2006. 10 foot underwater in river. Top of truck missing, buried in rocks, silt, sand. Family on scene. State police on scene. Reporters on scene. I don't know what family was on scene because the news report I saw said that they had no idea that they were independently looking for it. Yeah, I'm sure it would blow my mind. I mean, we all have theories, but why are they having theories and then posting that, oh, we support, that the thorough investigation was done? I agree, Firefly. I agree, Firefly. And what's his name? Jagger's not like fair game. He's only 18 years old. And like I said, people wanted me to share all of his social media posts. We don't even know if those were real. We don't even know if those were really his social media. We have no idea who's behind that account. There is no way to prove who is behind an Instagram account. I don't know, Allison. That I don't know. I don't know, Ken Dalton. Do you really think that they have fans that are just like waiting to meet them like that? Like, oh my God, I randomly saw their semi truck. Let's go follow them. Like, why wouldn't you just email them? But people wanted me to show Jagger's, even the ones that were like sappy about Kylie, like missing her. And you know what? My son lost his girlfriend at 16. She was hit by a car and killed right in front of him. He saw everything. And I would be pissed if someone was exploiting his grief on YouTube and sharing his posts and calling him a killer. Makes me sick. I don't think so. It's a motorhome? I thought it was a semi. Hold on. Hey. Okay. Potato says, I said at the time, if he had nothing to do with it, then all of the accusations are a huge thing for an adult to deal with, let alone an 18-year-old who's grieving. I agree. I got called at 2 a.m. about this fucking tow truck guy. So this is why I get mad. Heather, don't tell me what to say. This is my channel. I'll say whatever I want. I'm glad they found her. It has nothing to do with them finding her. It's about all the speculation and shitstorm they started. But anyways, whether you agree with the guy as a fan or not, hopefully the tow truck driver, the real tow truck driver, will stand up. I would love to talk to him. Birdie, what are you talking about? They probably were drinking a little bit. Maybe she was just sipping on drinks. Sammy was probably fucked up. She probably doesn't even know. Why are we bashing? Bashing because we don't lick their butt? No. Who's Barbara Butcher? What are you talking about? Why do I feel like half of my chat is the Twilight Zone today? Oh my God. See, Casey? You guys joined Instagram just to follow Jagger? I mean, it's not bad to follow and read it, but to go, like, for me to go live and go, hey, let's look at his posts and let's dissect his photos of him and Kylie. Allie says they should have a social media manager. I think that Jared thinks he's like the everything. No, Kristen, you're not out of the loop. You know exactly what you're talking about because you know baby Quentin wasn't found. And yes, his mother's the number one suspect. Summer's like, what's wrong with licking butts? I do it all the time. Oh. But what did Jagger do that's sketchy? What did he do that's sketchy? Besides, we were like, why did he go to Reno? But maybe he thought she drove there, because the car was missing. How about your American Dream Chaser guy with his Xana May and his, her bodysuit was found on the side of the road? Oh, I know who Barbara Butcher is now that you say that. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I just get tired of the fake shit. And I got called at 2 a.m. over fucking tow truck guy being bitched at, basically saying that he's legit and how, I shouldn't think he's not. So yeah, I'm a little pissed off because it affected my life and it actually made me argue with people. And I don't like that. I don't like to argue with people. I like people to tell the truth because it's really, really not hard to do. Ken Dalton. You want to know what Heather said? Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. You guys are looking for Heather? I don't know. They called me at 2 a.m. to bitch at me about this tow truck guy because I didn't believe he was legit. Flo. I didn't think he was fucking legit. Yes. Yes, Allie. Lynn Moe, here in Houston, a mom and teen son went missing and they just found her car. Well, great. I mean, maybe they should stick to that and not put speculation out there because with their reputation of being trustworthy and legit, everyone believed that tow truck guy was legitimate. Everyone believed that Jagger was there with Kylie's car the next day. But did it maybe happen? Wait a minute. Is it possible that maybe when Jagger was out there the next day that his car broke down? When he went out there to search and drove down from Reno or from wherever he lived, wherever he was, Napa. But why wouldn't they just say that? Pan, just somebody. It doesn't matter. It just matters that it affected my life. It stressed me out. It made me sick to my stomach. And it made this whole case feel really, really weird to me. A lawsuit? Well, then they should say that. Then they should say, we're not allowed to say what we really think because we've been squelched. I mean, tell the truth. Gojo, who do you think the tow truck driver looked like? Because I have my ideas. Cheryl T. Nobody better be calling me at 2 or 3 in the morning like, you need to talk to us now. I was like, why? Who said that, Casey? Who said if you have any tips, you should call him, not law enforcement? I know Doug put his shit out there for tips. Is that what you're talking about? Tow truck guy is just a fired a neighborhood cop. Who is he though? Because he looks similar to one of the AWP guys, like maybe a relative. Firefly. Flo says, I take a booty call at 2 a.m. It wasn't a booty call. I don't know, but I feel better getting that off my chest because I felt this way about this since they put it out. And then panel hopped and panel hopped and panel hopped and panel hopped. And I was like, oh, well, maybe they'll come on my panel and I can ask them my questions. Well, I got a form letter back saying, no, we can't. We're too busy. And then they were on Chris McDonough's interview room. So I don't know. I still would like to have them on. I'd like to ask them. But they're not going to talk. They're not going to fucking say what happened. They're not going to probably say anything more about it. And that's why they have released their little fucking community post, man. I mean, if this isn't enough to contradict everything they did and said, I have no fucking clue what to tell you. Excuse my French. Susan, he's a real person and his fiance is a nurse. How do you know? Are you married to him? Oh, they didn't put anything out about Jolissa? Really? Oh, I can read the email. I think. Yes, it was very form. And I got the same form when I asked them to help with Stacey Peterson's sister. I got a form response. Sorry. No, we don't do murder cases. I was like, okay. Melissa B., I got your winner chicken dinner email. Congratulations on winning the mug. Eat my shorts. All right, hold on. I've got to do this two-factor thanks to the hackers. That's another thing. Thanks a lot, AWP. That's why all these people made fake shit to piggyback off their speculation, and then I ended up getting hacked. 2 6 0 2 8. Hang on, I'm logging into the email with that. Oh my God, I have so much. Okay, sent. Oh, you know what? I think it's in my other email. Damn it. It's in my Proton email. But hold on, let me get the one about Stacey Peterson. Pretty sure that one's in here. This tells me I need to delete my emails more. Gosh, maybe someone else emailed him for me. But at any rate, I'll try to find him. Oh, here it is. Well, here's their email. Yeah, here it is. I found it. I found the Stacy Peterson one. Hold on. Okay. This is December 1st, 2021. Hi, I'm a fellow YouTube creator. I cover numerous cold cases on my channel. I am in contact with the sister of a high-profile missing woman. Her sister is sure where she was dumped. It was in a canal in Indiana. Her sister has had sonar done, and she believes she saw a body. The police disagreed, so no one has ever gone in again to search. She is desperate. It's been 14 years. If this is something you can help with, please let me know. I love the work you guys do. Thank you. Much respect, Jay. AWP support team. Thank you for reaching out, Jay. Jared I didn't even say it was Stacy Peterson. I never said her name up here. Jared has spoken with Stacy's sister and explained that this is not a case AWP would be able to take on. The group specializes in sonar search for vehicles underwater and no longer work on cases where murder is known or suspected for the safety of our own families. So that's why I was a little thrown when they were doing Kylie Rodni and saying it was sus and that it could, be criminal and stuff. So this is based on my experience. Susan, what are you talking about? Been married. Susan, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Kathleen, happy birthday Sunday. Happy early birthday. It says, in reading some news articles, it sounds as though there has been recent searches done in the area. Hopefully something will turn up to bring her sister the answers she has been looking for. Thanks, AWP support team. So I never even said it was Stacy, but I guess Jared put two and two together. And so, yeah. So I emailed them about that. I emailed them about coming on just to talk about what they do and about, their experience out there with Kylie Rodni. And I was sent a form letter. So, and Susan, if you don't stop, you're going to get blocked. Smokin' Jay, where is who? Wave Bees, it's revealed. Thanks for subscribing. Who's been freaking out? Me? Oh, I know what you're talking about in chat. Well, I hadn't done the live yet. I contacted them before I did the live with Stacy. Or with Stacy's sister. But they just assumed we're just going to fire back and say, we've already talked to Stacy's sister. Take a seat. Hey, Susan, stand down.
JB, it's we have to stand down.
All right. Well, before we go, enough on Adventures of Purpose. I'm done. R.I.P. Kylie. They're not going to talk about it. I mean, whatever that shitstorm was about, I don't know. But let's see if there's any updates on Quentin since the 5 o'clock news would have happened while we were live. We'll see if there's any updates. Doesn't look like it. Body not found. Nope. There is nothing, guys. Oh, this might answer some of your questions, though. I watched this last night, and this legal analyst or legal expert says why they're probably, they're naming her as a suspect. They're saying that they think he's dead, but this might be their tactic. So let's listen, because this was interesting to me. It's 2 minutes long.
Why haven't police made an arrest? Our Brooke Butler spoke to a legal analyst. She joins us live now from our newsroom. And Brooke, he gave you some insight as to why.
Yeah, Riley. He said there's a good chance police are being very strategic in the way they're going about handling this case.
The fact that she's not been arrested, at least not yet, tells me that they are working very carefully to cross their T's and dot all of their I's.
Police have yet to arrest Leilani Simon in the disappearance of her 20-month-old son, despite naming her the prime suspect. Legal analyst Philip Holloway says the reason she's free may have to do with the fact police haven't found her son's body yet.
They need to find the remains if they can, because even though it's not required to have a body to prosecute a murder under Georgia law, it is always better if they can identify a cause and manner of death.
He says police may also just be making sure their case is rock solid before moving forward with an arrest.
If they make mistakes now, that could actually jeopardize the long-term success of a prosecution where they have to prove somebody's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
And we should note, Chief Adley told reporters Thursday they don't believe Simon is a flight risk. Holloway says that means she may not have the means to travel, or it could mean investigators have taken steps to ensure she won't go anywhere.
It's possible that they have maybe taken passports and things that would prevent someone's ability to leave. So they've got their reasons for deciding that she's not a flight risk.
At the end of the day, Holloway says, from a legal standpoint, what police are doing now could help prosecutors should this ever go to trial.
They know that a prosecutor is going to have to get into court at some point in the future and prove this case to a jury's satisfaction beyond a reasonable doubt.
And Brooke, how unusual is it that police would name Leilani Simon the prime suspect but not arrest her?
Riley, Holloway says it's definitely not common. He says the tendency nowadays is to instead call someone a person of interest. To say Simon is the prime suspect tells him that police must have strong suspicion against her, Riley.
All right, Brooke, a big story tonight. Thank you so much for that update.
Was that Paris Hilton reporting? Do you guys think, okay, so wait, I just had like this thought pop in my head. Do you guys think that it's possible that this girl like checked herself into like either like a mental hospital or like a drug rehab facility or something like that, and that's why they know she's not going anywhere?
I don't know. And he does not know.
Who's Jen? What show? Hey, Brandy. Donut, you always make me want a Krispy Kreme when the hot sign's on. Hey, Krugs. Hey, Rex. Hey, Ultra Dark. Hey, Olive Juice. Hey, Jen. Wait, what did you see on Twitter, Jen? Twitter. Oh, Twitter. I believe they said there are no searches planned at least through Sunday. I think they're still searching. Oh, God, don't say that, Ken Dalton. We don't need another Brian Laundrie situation. Gotcha. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, you know what's really sad is that I thought I could count on a boots on the ground YouTuber who's outside the house eating potato chips for some accurate information. And I couldn't even count on that. So I have no idea who they are and who's they saying what. I mean, they. Check 5 News. 5 News, Savannah. Is 5 News WJCL? Well, there's a bull on the loose in South Carolina. You can't say you see that every day.
What is going on?
Look at this.
Oh my God. What is going on?
I don't see anything on Quentin today. This is the only thing.
Authorities are scouring our area looking for the body of this little boy. We first told you.
So I think right there, this was released this morning. So I think it's safe to say they're still looking. I don't think that searching has been called off. I think the deal is they're not using the public for searches. They're not doing grid searches with the public. This is a focused law enforcement search.
Police believe 20-month-old Quentin Simon is dead. His mother, now the prime suspect. We want to go ahead and get out to our Nakaya Carrero. She's outside of the family's home in Nakaya. Police still haven't arrested her. Walk us through what we've learned in this case.
That's right, Frank. Chatham County police say his mother, Leilani Simon, who was responsible for reporting him missing, is also responsible for his disappearance and his death. But, you know, little Quentin Simon has been missing for over a week, and he has touched the hearts of many. And you could see that today, a day after that announcement, in these items left at the home of the family. Now, Chief Jeff Hadley says all the evidence his officers and FBI agents have uncovered over the last 9 days leads them to believe the boy's mother is their prime suspect.
Focus must be on not doing anything that jeopardizes the integrity of this investigation or bringing justice for Quentin. We only get one shot at this, right? We're going to do it right. We're going to do the best that we can. We're going to use the resources at our disposal.
Chief Hadley says they have yet to find little Quentin's body, but will continue to do so. But there are many questions surrounding why is she the prime suspect and hasn't been arrested. Now, Chief Hadley did inform us that they don't have enough evidence at the moment to arrest her, and they want to make sure that they get it right the first time. He also informed us they do not know of her location at this moment, but are positive that she's not a flight risk.
All right, thank you so much, our Nakaya Carrero.
So for them to say they're positive she's not a flight risk, I think we have to use our common sense. They're not going to tell us why she's not a flight risk. And going through landfills, it's not an easy task.
I'm just getting really just kind of cheat.
And they don't want to end up being this.
You're what the French call les incompetents.
They don't want to be incompetent. So they're crossing their T's and dotting those I's and making sure they have everything together.
Jocks, pegs, lucky.
Oh, Anderson Cooper. Yeah, he does look like Anderson Cooper. So I have an announcement to make. I've got 338 of you here. So I will let you know that starting next week, you're going to see some changes here on J is for Justice. Just some little changes. I'm going to have a couple days next week or during the week that I am live just with any news updates. Anything that I find that I think is relevant, any kind of updates, I'm going to be live definitely Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the afternoon. So that's going to be new starting next week. So be looking for more information to come out in my community about that. Oh, I know Brian Laundrie wasn't a flight risk. But we can't make it like everybody's going to be like Northport. Right? We can't. I mean, even though we want to. but you know, Mama probably got her a lawyer. Look at Mama. I mean, this lady is the reason why this all happened. The grandma. She was supposed to protect him. You guys hear that? She was supposed to protect him, and she's making TikToks.
I no longer pray, God, give me what I think I need, but give me what you know I need. God is the only one who has been in my tomorrow, so he's the only one who knows what I'm going to need when I get there. And if he knows I need to fight a lion, so I'll be ready for Goliath, I want to fight the lion. I don't want him to prevent the fight, I want him to provide the faith so that I will. Because if I don't fight Goliath, I can't get his sword. And if I don't get his sword, it won't be in storage when I need it. God knows what I need.
Okay.
I no longer pray, God, give me what I think I need, but give me what you know I need. God is the only one who has been in my tomorrow, so he's the only.
I can't do that anymore. Sorry.
Objection.
That is fucking terrible. I don't understand this. I don't understand people. She is, Ken. I mean, she's been told he's dead. What, Ben? What are you talking about?
What?
Mark Klein, what are you talking about? Are you joking? Are you kidding? What is it? I don't even know what it is. Some kind of preacher thing.
So there's a lot of butt joints that we have to cover. And I'm like, Dudley, let's do butt joints together because I don't want to have to do them all by myself.
Okay, are you guys ready for our going out video? I've got to go eat dinner. I've got to let this stuff go. We will be live tomorrow talking about the latest from Dylan Round's parents. There's some pretty jaw-dropping information to go over. What is this? Oh, and we also have Taylor Parker. It was the whatchamacallit, the penalty phase this week. So we'll have to probably pick that up next week still. They're not done. They're not done. Oh, man. Okay, here you go. Here's your going out video. You ready?
Meet Optimus. Tesla's humanoid robot sauntered on stage at the company's annual AI Day and waved to the audience.
The robot can actually do a lot more than we just showed you.
Wait, hold on. This is not funny, but it's funny to me because it scares the shit out of you guys. And I love talking about Elon Musk. And we're going to do more talks over on the 411 about Elon, his technology, everything he's doing, you know, stuff like that, like this kind of shit. Here you go. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, CEO. Bye, Northern Lights.
Meet Optimus. Tesla's humanoid robot sauntered on stage at the company's annual AI Day and waved to the audience.
The robot can actually do a lot more than we just showed you. We just didn't want it to fall on its face.
Elon Musk said the demonstration was the first time Optimus walked without assistance from a tether. Optimus is still several years from being ready to hit the market. Tesla joins a league of other companies like Boston Dynamics working to develop humanoid robots.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video,
I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all